we will take Monday for Labor Day.
That's a week from Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next week.
Yeah, we need to see this on that, so that.
Yeah, on the checklist, so it should be.
If this is a lot, because it says.
Okay.
So don't pay attention to that.
Welcome to the August 22nd, 24th Weare Planning Board meeting. I should have today's date ingrained in my mind better than that.
Need to appoint.
We have kind of a skeleton board tonight, but we have enough for a quorum. I'm going to appoint Ray and Paul as voting members, Ray to replace Craig and Paul to replace Frank Bolton. First on the agenda is the subdivision plan for Carroll E. Towns Revocable Trust. I've got an application here in front of me and a plan here in front of me. After looking at the application and the plan, I see a couple discrepancies. Number 7 in the application, that's for building and other setbacks. There are no building and other setbacks shown on the plan.
Oops.
And then number 10 on the application says property location amply demonstrated in a locus map. I don't believe that's there either.
What numbers? I'm sorry, I'm trying to. What numbers?
7 and 10. And we're also missing the wetland stamp. So, I guess we need the applicant to ask for a waiver for things that aren't here that the checklist says are here.
Condition of approval or waiver?
No, waiver, because it's supposed to be there according to this, and it's not there.
Okay.
So we need, you ask for a waiver, then we'll make it a condition of approval, but to open a thing, you need to
Okay.
apply for a waiver.
So can we ask for a waiver for the site on the locus, the building setbacks, and the wetland stamp? To make it a condition of approval?
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
We're not
I don't
there
want-
yet.
I don't want a waiver so that I don't have to do it.
Right.
We'll get on the
Right.
plan,
Right.
but
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Anybody want to make that motion, or to accept that, or
Second to approve,
make a waiver, make a motion?
make the motion to approve it, it's fine.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So now we get by the checklist. Now we need,
I gotta keep you on your toes, Bruce.
thanks. Okay. The, that accomplishes the items in the checklist. Now we need a motion to accept the application as complete.
Motion to accept the application as complete.
Second.
Seconded by Ray, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. Okay. Mr. Higginson's here for the applicant. You want to explain this to us?
So town's gravel pit, everybody's familiar with the site. They're looking to one lot into two, cut another lot off of it, with a frontage on Thorndike, a little over 3 acres, for Scott, one of the grandsons of Carroll. Pretty straightforward.
Okay. Could you do me a favor, for clarity, could you, like, I think I know where it is, but could you draw it on this little locus map where that lot is? Oh. Then what's the?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
What's
I'm
this?
sorry. Nope, it is over here.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's up against the corner of the property line with, 201, 113. So they're looking to leave 100-foot, of land between the proposed lot and the existing boundaries for future planning or what have you. So there's still access to the gravel pit area.
Okay.
Because it is still a pretty big tract of land, so you could, in theory, build a road in, out, around, or what have you. Just kind of a future planning thing, not to cut themselves short.
My thought is because you're down to 100 feet to the existing lot line from that new lot, could you show that bearing distance on that section of lot line along the road?
Sure.
I'm assuming, according to your legend, that all those monuments are set already?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
Bounds in front, pins in the back.
yeah.
So you have, on note 6, it says both lots are to be serviced, but the second lot doesn't have any diagrams pertaining to anything.
Yeah, it's vacant land, so.
So is it necessary to identify both that way on this plan?
I mean, I can just say that, 112.14 to be serviced by. I have no problem with that.
Because it sounds like if you leave this 100-foot buffer, there's
No,
potential of further
Yeah,
subdivision
but
or
I,
not?
Oh,
there
there's
is.
potential for further subdivision on this lot.
I wouldn't
for
want to
sure.
change that. I'd like that
There's,
note the way it is.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that lot
Yeah, there's a couple thousand feet
is
of
essentially gonna
frontage.
be serviced by a well and septic system at some point.
Yeah, or the next 5 lots that they cut off of it, road frontage or what have you.
Right.
What's the zoning?
Residential,
Yeah.
Residential?
yeah. That's why you can do the
Yeah,
3.1
Yeah.
1 acre lot.
that was my question when we were looking at it.
Yeah, I think we could actually drop it down to like, quite a bit under 2 acres because of, the good soils there, but they wanted 3 acres was the number that they were looking for, so that's where that number came from. So I think it's about 1.5 times what, the minimum required is. Yeah, so we have, 135,000, 93,000 is the minimum required.
Yeah, I do have another plan.
Do you have a small one or something in there?
Oh, there's another big one.
No, that's cool.
Just
What
one.
was the location of it? Right, all right, right there.
Question about the title block.
The title block?
Yeah, well, I see you note, the owner of record is, they live in Florida, right?
She, I believe it's Florida is her legal address, living here for the summer.
Okay, but then in the title block, you have the Eldon Towns Revocable Trust Grandview Drive.
Right, the property is on Grandview Drive, the
Well-
owner lives in Florida, so the title block
It's on
reference.
Thorndike, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It abuts both Thorndike and
Yeah.
Grandview.
Yeah, I think because of this lot you're creating is on Thorndike,
Sure.
probably ought
Yep.
to,
That was wrong road. For where the lot is.
have you applied for state subdivision approval yet?
Not yet, waiting for the outcome of tonight,
Okay.
so that's pending.
What's the grade of the driveway where it goes up there? Any idea?
I don't know what the, so that existing driveway is not necessarily the grade that it's gonna be. I don't know what that grade is, but I'm sure that, given the length of it, they can meet minimum town standards.
Yeah, but in doing so, they'll probably have to, obviously, they're not gonna do it by filling, they're gonna do it by making a cut.
In theory.
And the water's gonna run down to Thorndike, which already has a pretty good sized ditch next to it.
Which has been known to put gravel
Now I
on the
know why
road.
you're here.
Well, when they go to get a driveway permit, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head what it says, but it's gotta be like a -2% to,
Yeah, but the ditch they're gonna create beside it when they make a cut is gonna create, I just don't, try and to figure out how we can word this so you're not adding more water to the ditch in Thorndike Road, because I think,
There's no right where the house would sit, and the watershed of that would be a big deal too, you know?
yeah,
I mean, if the house and the driveway,
drained right out down to Thorndike, which is downhill.
right. The driveway you could probably deal with, but if there's a big parking lot and a big roof line or something, that would create a lot of watershed down there.
bearing in mind that we're in Group 1 soils, so it's pretty rapidly draining.
Yeah.
How much of it shooting that way? Towards the pit? Once you get up there, it's gonna.
It looks
be-
like it,
I mean, the house hasn't been designed,
it doesn't look like it grades that way at all. It looks like it pretty much goes right straight up the hill and it plateaus in a couple spots.
So right now, I mean,
But it
it's
could
an open gravel
definitely
pit,
get
there's
drained.
no vegetation on it whatsoever. So,
Could we put a note on there that any construction, that all the drainage is gonna be directed towards the gravel pit, not towards the driveway? Because this is on the high end, right? It
yeah,
goes
we
downhill
can
down
just-
that way.
just craft that note, so drainage to, house site drainage,
Yeah. To be directed towards the
Gravel pit.
gravel pit area?
to be
As opposed to-
directed
Away from
interior of
In-
site. to-
Yes.
Yeah,
To be directed interior of site,
Away from Thorndike Road.
away from what road?
yeah. I just don't wanna add to a problem that's already there.
Yep.
If we can, and there's plenty of room to take care of it down there. We don't.
Yeah, no, I don't, as I think about it, I mean, the driveway would come up, and I think it actually is going down a little bit towards where the house location is, and then there's definitely a berm between the drop off to the road and the house, so I don't see that being an issue.
Is there a driveway further down in that frontage on Thorndike that's really not used, that has a small culvert?
Between
Don't
the
think
main access to the
That's not
pit.
on this property.
It's not?
Well, I don't think so. I guess I don't know that for sure.
I mean, this is the entire east side of Thorndike, all the way down past Reservoir Drive intersection.
Right, but this cut is what you're thinking.
I think
Oh,
the
you think so?
driveway you're thinking of, I believe, is
this one?
Is this one.
Okay,
Because that's the
Okay.
only
You
one from that
If you
property.
go through the four-way headed to the site, it's on your right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's this,
So you think that's, this driveway has a kind of, like a 12-inch culvert or something, or something?
it certainly does, yes.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Okay, that was the
You're
one,
you're probably thinking of the same driveway.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else between that and the main entrance to the pit.
Okay, so
Right.
we got a chance to fix that right now.
What's the problem?
The culvert's really not big enough for the amount of water that goes down through there.
So we wanna,
I think you,
I think the standard now is 15 inch. I
Yeah,
don't know
but-
what it was at that time.
if there's a problem with the 12, it stands 15, I mean,
Make
if
it
we
an
want to put an 18 there, now's the time to do it.
Yeah. As long as they get their negative pitch back from Thorndike.
There's a pretty good ditch there, I think they can do it.
that ditch is pretty substantial. I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's where the original, if that driveway's where this one's gonna be, then you should definitely be able to keep the water away from Thorndike to the house lot, for sure.
I don't see any problem with water, coming down to Thorndike, but
so do you want to revise that, note 18? Or do you want to add another note about the minimum driveway culvert here be 18-inch?
Culvert, driveway culvert at Thorndike to be increased to 18-inch.
Yeah,
Providing you get a negative pitch.
I think they can, it's a pretty good sized ditch there.
Okay.
Revision to 18 is
We'll add a new
Make
note.
it a new note.
What's that, note 10?
It'll be 11. And again, at the driveway permit
Yeah, but-
phase, this is all gonna, I mean,
Yeah, but he might just
Sure.
revert to the minimum 15-inch, and we're thinking with all the water there, and Benji's had firsthand experience with this thing here, being
sure.
his
Yep.
prior
Yeah,
position.
no, that's fine. But the negative pitch part, I mean, I believe that's a part of the,
Yes.
Yeah.
right.
so, you know,
That'll be, that's,
I'll add it to the plan, but it's,
Right, it's part, I get what you're saying, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's required at a different phase than right here,
right.
so we're kind of.
We don't need to put the negative pitch on it, I think we just have to
Make it to 18-inch.
specify a minimum
Here-
18-inch
yeah,
Yeah,
culvert,
you're right, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because there's, with the last spring, we had water down here on the other side, on that whole corner. I can't remember that guy's name, but, his place was flooded. And that was just water coming off the
Off the hill here.
hill. Because there's another pond in that piece of property. Is that you?
Yeah.
So, you know, keeping the water at bay is important.
Yeah. Any other comments from the board? Seeing none, I'll open up a public comment. No public comment? Okay. Close the public comment. So, we need the site shown on the locus map.
Yep. Add the setback lines, wetland stamp, and those two notes.
What were the two notes?
To house site drainage to be, house site drainage to flow interior of the site away from Thorndike and increase the culvert size on Thorndike to 18-inch. And we'll change Grandview to Thorndike in the title block,
and a bearing distance on
and the
100.
bearing and distance, yep.
States on the
It's
State, so, yep.
8 things then?
I was just gonna say.
What was this building's note?
But the house area has to drain that way, not under
Okay, so that's,
Drainage towards the.
house site drainage.
Includes 8 things.
drainage. 7. I get 7.
I show, site shown on locus, that was number 7.
I have 8.
And then building setback was number 10, wetland stand. And then shown bearing and distance on 100 foot in the locus. Fix the title block to reflect Thorndike. State subdivision approval.
Yeah, state subdivision, that was the one on
Oh,
the
that's
state
it, yep,
subdivision
yep.
approval, yeah.
Note, any construction, all house site drainage should be directed interior of the site away from Thorndike and include traffic culvert away from the road facing east.
Got it. Want me to move?
Yeah,
He's good.
Do you have,
He's got a question.
for public comment?
We closed the public comment part, but
Really just a question if I'm allowed to ask.
yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned initially that the orientation of the house should pitch away from Thorndike for the watershed.
Well, the drainage, yeah, we got a note here saying all the drainage is to go into the gravel pit, not down Thorndike.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if the increase of the culvert to 18 inches provides flexibility for the orientation of the house.
Has nothing to do with the orientation of the house, it's just for the driveway. It's to keep the ditch line open on Thorndike so it doesn't overpower that culvert and end up out on the road.
Okay. Thank you.
Try to keep the water in the ditch.
On the watershed. especially a spring there inside, they used to have a water barrel, just bleeds water all the time.
Make a motion, we approve this subdivision, tax map 201-112, to establish a new lot, 201-112.014, which will have 3.11 acres and remaining 49 plus or minus acres on 201-112, with the following conditions. The lot be identified in a locus map, setbacks be noted, wetland stamp, drainage towards the interior of the property as opposed towards the road. The culvert be increased to 18 inches at the driveway. The bearing distance from the corner to the established corner be noted. Title block changed to Thorndike, and state subdivision approval. That's it.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ray. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Thank you.
I get the marked up one in the file here, Naomi.
I just have to have a tax state,
Next on the agenda is a lot merger, voluntary lot merger. No. For
There's a couple of maps I need.
map 102, lot 14 and 15. Which are on 96 Cottage Road. Is, so 14 and 15 is that lot now. This is the same notice you do all the time, right?
Yep, that's for the registry.
Yeah, I'm saying it's pretty clear in here that you can't separate the parcels without subdivision approval. That's good.
I had somebody call one and think I re-put the line back on one of them, and I said no.
I know, that's why I'm commenting on it.
Is the application complete?
Yeah, they're, a bank involved with any of this?
Nope, this is, they signed it, there's no mortgage.
Okay,
Usually we have to wait for the mortgage company to make their remark.
yeah, okay,
They signed it, there is none.
okay.
I didn't go check.
It says.
Yeah, it says on here, yeah.
There's none.
Okay. Someone wants to make a motion? I don't know, do we
That
approve,
the application, or approve it?
approve the lot merger?
Okay.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the lot merger of 102-014 and 102-015 at 96 Cottage Road, Ware, New Hampshire. A volunteer lot merger.
Second.
Seconded by Ray, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Okay. I shall sign it.
I don't think I put the minutes out, because she got them to me, and I just been trying to catch up, so. You do have somebody that's doing minutes, which is very nice.
Okay. That's it on the agenda.
Okay.
Well, I guess I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now we can turn off the recorder.
Where's that?